Have you ever noticed how the people who talk the least often have the most power in the room? They're not the loudest. They're not the most expressive. But when they finally speak, everyone listens. That's not luck. That's the art of silence. And once you master it, people start treating you differently, with more respect, more attention, more curiosity, because silence, when used right, is not weakness. It's strength. We live in a world where everyone wants to be heard. People talk to fill the air, argue to prove a point, and overshare just to feel seen. But when you stop doing what everyone else does, when you learn to hold your silence, you stand out. You become mysterious, confident, unshakable. Think about it. How often do you regret something you said in the heat of the moment? Now compare that to how often you regret staying quiet. Rarely, right? That's because silence gives you control. It gives you time to think, to choose your words, to protect your energy. Let's break it down. Point 1. Silence shows confidence. When you're quiet, you're telling the world, I don't need to prove myself. In any group, the one who can stay calm and composed while everyone else scrambles to speak automatically looks like a leader. It's human nature. Imagine you're in a meeting. Everyone's talking over each other, trying to sound smart. But you sit back, listen, and only speak when you've processed everything. When you finally open your mouth, your words carry weight, because people know you weren't talking just to talk. That's confidence. It's not about volume. It's about control. When you master silence, you show that you trust yourself enough not to chase validation. Point 2. Silence makes people uncomfortable, and that's your advantage. Most people can't handle silence. They'll start explaining, apologizing, or oversharing just to fill the gap. But when you stay quiet, you flip the power dynamic. Let's say someone tries to insult you or challenge you. If you respond instantly, you're playing their game. But if you pause, look them in the eye, and say nothing, you take their power away. They expect a reaction, and when they don't get it, they lose control. Silence exposes insecurity. It shows who's truly confident and who's desperate for attention. The moment you stop reacting, you become unpredictable, and people respect what they can't predict. Point 3. Silence helps you listen, and listening is influence. Everyone wants to be understood. Few people actually feel it. When you really listen, not to reply, but to understand, people sense it immediately. They start trusting you more, opening up more, and that's where real influence begins. Think about your closest friend, the one who actually listens when you talk. You probably feel safe around them, right? That's because silence can be presence. Sometimes saying nothing is the loudest way to say, I hear you. In relationships, friendships, or business, silence gives you the edge. You learn things others miss. You notice tone, body language, hesitation, all the hidden details behind words. That's emotional intelligence in action, and it starts with shutting up and paying attention. Point 4. Silence protects your peace. Not every battle deserves your energy. Sometimes the smartest move is to say nothing. When people try to argue, gossip, or provoke you, silence becomes your shield. Because not every opinion deserves a response. Not every insult deserves an explanation. And not everyone deserves access to your mind. You can't control what people say, but you can control what you give power to. And silence is how you take that power back. There's strength in not reacting. There's wisdom in not explaining. And there's peace in not trying to fix everything with words. When you master the art of silence, something changes inside you. You stop seeking approval, you stop chasing reactions, and suddenly you command respect without asking for it. People start noticing your calm, your patience, your presence. Because silence has gravity. It pulls people in. So next time you feel the urge to explain yourself, don't. Next time someone tries to drag you into drama, pause. And next time you want to prove a point, prove it with your silence. Remember this. Lions don't need to roar to prove they're lions. Their silence speaks louder than noise ever could. If this message hit you, take a moment, sit with it. Think about where in your life you need more silence. Where do you give away your peace just to be understood? If this video made you reflect, drop a comment below and share your thoughts. And if you're ready to keep leveling up mentally and emotionally, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned. Because the more you master yourself, the less you need to say.